Okay guys, so I've got a really fun video for you today. I've got another sewing machine tour for you, but it'll just be a bit of an update on my previous sewing machine tour. It's been about 2 months. If you haven't seen my other video where we showed off all of the machines that we gathered from around all the nooks and crannies of the house and piled them all in the hallway here and went through them one by one. And if you haven't seen that, check that out. It's in my playlist. I had a lot of fun. Had a wonderful response to that video. The feedback from you guys in the comments and emails has just been awesome. I've loved hearing from all of you. The stories of your childhood and your grandparents' machines and all the from around the world. The community around these sewing machines is overwhelming to both Stacy and I. Would you not agree?
I absolutely agree.
Yeah,
yes,
it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Thank you very much. So it's been about 2 months since we filmed that video. And we like to go thrift shopping about once a week. And so we've got, I think, 7 new machines to show you today. So we'll get right to it. We'll just do a quick update video on these machines and show you what we've come up with lately. So, okay, so to get started, the first thing I've got for you is this absolute unit. Now, as opposed to all the other machines, we did not buy this one. This was sent to us, so thank you very much. And what I take this is a child's toy from maybe the early 70s. Maybe a European model. The primary language is Germany. Let me know in the comments. Did you guys have one of these? Have you seen these before? If you did grow up with one of these, did you hurt yourself? You know, what's the story you got on this? This is really cool. So, oh, how times have changed. I don't really see this being on the toy shelves of the local Walmart today, but in the 70s when Stacy and I grew up, this is how we played, right?
For sure.
Oh yeah, this is just basically what it is. Now this is a fully functioning sewing machine, which is really cool. It turns, it has the pickup lever, the tension, the bobbin, it runs on batteries or power. And let me just show you kind of what this works like. You ready? Whew, okay, so I don't know about you, but to me that's mildly frightening. I'm not sure if I would have wanted to play with that when I was a kid. I'm not sure if I want to play with that now. Man, how cool. What a cool piece of history. Again, tell me if you had one of these. I think it's just wonderful. And thank you for the submission. I think it's really fun. It was really fun receiving this. So we have that proudly displayed in one of our sewing rooms. So moving on. As part of our natural progression, we have now moved into the serger game, which is awesome. A few of you have mentioned in the comments and emails that we need to look into getting sergers. I like to make bags. I'm trying to learn how to maybe work on dabbling in clothing. Stacy, also, you like to try to start making some of your own clothes, right?
Yes.
And so we've been told to look for a serger, and we looked for a serger, and a couple weeks ago we found a serger. And I know it's nothing to write home about. It does have a handle, which you can't ever go wrong with. But it was cheap, and it was at a thrift store, and it works. It does the serging. I loaded it up with test fabric or test thread that color coordinates with the different tensioners. And it took me about 45 minutes, to be honest, to thread the thing the first time. It's got a cool little color diagram about how to thread it. It's really very straightforward, but it doesn't mean it was easy. It was quite a process getting it going. But to my surprise, I got it all threaded and hit the button and threw some stuff in there, and it did the thing, you know. So was it a good surge? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm learning, and it did look like something. So anyway, this is cool. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to learn how to make clothing. We're going to learn how to make things properly serged. So do you have one of these? Is this, let me know. Is this a good machine? Is this just a starter machine? Can I live with this one for a while? Do I need something better or something different? Is it the wrong brand? Just let me know and educate me on what's going on with sergers. So that's that one. Moving on. Also, I need you guys' help explaining what's going on with this machine. I am not understanding what this is. I picked it up thinking this is a very inexpensive, yet very pretty and very, very well maintained or never used off-brand machine. And it says Alco. What the heck's Alco? You know, I'm like, I can't go wrong. It was really cheap at a thrift store. It's kind of got a busted out corner on this. It's got a broken wire. I can see why it was donated, whatever. But I don't know if it was ever even used. It feels brand new everywhere. Inside of the machine, too, is just immaculate. But when I came home and searched for it, for Alco and the model number, I forgot what it was, 5200 or something along these lines. Do you remember what the number was?
I believe it's a 2300.
Okay, 2300. So I look it up, and instead of Alco, what I get is Necchi Alco. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, did I find a Necchi? Woo, this is cool. I've never had a Necchi, I've never had an Italian machine, but from what I understand, they're really nice, and you don't find them at thrift stores. So I was pretty excited. But then I was thinking, well, if this is a Necchi, I'm sure it would proudly say Necchi all over it, and it doesn't say Necchi anywhere. It says Alco. And it looks like there's 2 threaded holes here where there used to be a tag, a name badge, that's not there. That don't look like there was ever a name badge there. So I kind of get the gist, and it says made in Japan. It's an Italian machine made in Japan. I don't know what's going on. Is this a Japanese clone of a Necchi? Was there some kind of merger? What, you know, I'm sure you guys know more than I do, because I don't know. What's going on here? What is this? What happened? I don't know. I can tell you that it's incredibly clean. The inside is incredibly well built. It's very nice. And for not being a computerized machine, it has the nicest, straightest stitch I've ever seen. And it has the nicest decorative stitches that I've ever seen. Once I got the power cord fixed and the light bulb fixed and some workings freed up to make the stitch selectors work, this thing banged out some absolutely beautiful decorative stitches. I've never seen anything like it. I really don't know much about decorative stitches. I don't know why you use them. Can you please let me know, why do you use decorative stitches? What's the application? And I'll start doing it, because this thing here does it, and it does it really well. So super happy about this. It was a super cheap, super easy find. It's super clean. It was a really nice little find, and it's fun to use. So has a nice little lid and a box lid with a handle. So pretty cool. That's that. Now, this machine is a white jeans machine, and much like the Singer heavy duty name badging, I think they sold a ton of these because it's called a jeans machine. So people kind of were like, oh, it's heavy duty, it's a jean, it'll sew through jeans. Well, yeah, I don't know. You tell me, is this a name thing? Is that just what that is? Or is it really, truly tough? This is the only machine I've ever brought home from a thrift store ever that I didn't have to fix. Out of all of them. They've all got something wrong with them. Nothing's wrong with this machine. It's absolutely perfect. All the plastic is yellowed. I don't know why. Every single example online we found of this machine has the same yellowing on the plastic pieces. Don't know why. But the housing is all aluminum. And now this is right on the cusp of 1982. Is right on the cusp of either we're right at the end of using all metal gears, or this has got nylon and plastic gears on the inside. I don't know. Maybe you guys can fill me in and tell me, is this a keeper? Is this a good one? Should I donate it back to a needy family or someone in need, or help someone get started in the sewing business or a sewing hobby? I don't know what I've got here. It has some utility stitches. I haven't played with it yet, but it works. It works really well. And look at that. That's super cool. Raising and lowering spool holders. So, and it has 2, so that tells me it probably does a dual thread or a dual needle. I don't know. Super nice though. It does work. It's very lightweight. It has a handle. We like to go places and do sew-alongs and donation drives and sew on the road. So this is a really good opportunity or an option for that. Pretty cool little machine. Not sure if it's one that'll stay in the collection for all time, but let me know what you think of that. Pretty cool. Moving on. One of the cooler things I found lately was this Singer 503 Rocketeer. It's not the 500, so all that means, I believe, is that you have to put cams in it instead of having the cam stack built in. That would be the 500, and this is the 503. Other than that, I think they're the same machine. Super, super cool, super clean, super nice. All of the stuff works. All of the switches and knobs work. Tensioner, it's all really nice. I'm not sure how much use was ever put on this. I've never seen this before. It doesn't have feed dogs that go up and down. This plate lifts up and closes, and well, that's pretty cool. And it's aluminum. It's super lightweight. You can open and close it with one finger. It's super, super lightweight and nice. In typical thrift store fashion, it doesn't have any cams. I'll have to order those. It does have these cool raising and lowering spool holders, and don't see that every day. And unfortunately, it did not come with a foot controller or a power cord. So I'll have to get on eBay, and probably the foot controller, power cord, and the cams will cost twice as much as the machine did. So that's the game. But I really wanted to start collecting these Slant-O-Matic models, the 300, the 400, the 500 series. You guys have been telling me about them in the comments and saying how awesome they are. So I'm really glad to have run across one at a thrift store, and I want to thank whoever donated that to allow me to add it to my collection. So looking forward to that. Now, a little older, a couple years before that machine, was this guy, which is kind of the big brother of that, which is the 401A. Now, I never heard of this one either, but just a little bit of research on the internet came up with, holy cow, people like this machine. It's everywhere. There's 1,000 YouTube videos on it. There's 1,000 forums on it. The Facebook page, the Facebook group that we're in with the vintage sewing machine, there's like one of these every day that someone's talking about or showing pictures of. I don't know. It's like a cult following. Super lucky to have found this. This whole cabinet's in good shape. The machine's in good shape. It was half price, happened to be half price the day I bought it at the thrift store. Couldn't pass it up. It's super neat. It's unlike the other one. It does have cams and did come with some extra cams, but it has a whole cam stack in it. So all of these stitches happen with the internal cam stack. So you don't have to do the switch the cams in and out to make it work. Super cool. Everything just like the other one works. You've got these knobs that the stitch selectors, and this works, and this guy works, and it's freed up real nice, and also has the plate that goes up and down over here like the 503 does. It's super lightweight. You can use it inside or outside of a cabinet. It's got rubber feet and a closed housing in the bottom, so you can just take this out and use it on a tabletop. It's just absolutely wonderful. It's in great shape. We haven't even cleaned it yet. It'll get a lot cleaner and shinier than this. Super neat. The cabinet appears to me, I'm not a cabinet specialist, but it looks to me like it might be from the 60s instead of the 50s, and this is, I believe, a 57 machine. But I really like it. It's in good shape, and look at this cool hidden cabinet that opens up with a secondary lid, or a secondary drawer. Can't beat that. Pretty neat. So, looking forward to this. Let me know, you guys, in the comments. Do you have one of these? Because I'm pretty sure at least 90% of you do, based on what I've seen on the internet. Super popular machine. People talk about it's the best machine made. The Singer advertised it as their best machine to date. I don't know. I haven't been able to test it yet until I get the power cord fixed. I haven't been able to really dive into it, but it's got a bunch of decorative stitches, and it's going to be super fun to try out and use. So anyway, that's my Singer 401A. I now have the 400, I have the 500, and that leaves me just needing the 300. And I'm sure you guys know, from what I understand, the 301 is the big brother to the featherweight, just a newer, modern, updated version. It has the same slanted shank as these two here, the Slant-O-Matic. It's a couple pounds heavier than the featherweight. It's got all the same technology in it, but it's a ton cheaper and more accessible to the normal person. So we don't have a featherweight yet because they're like $500 to $1,500 around here in our area. So I can't pay $1,500 for a machine when I've got this many. So one day we'll have a featherweight. Until then, I'm on the hunt for a 301. So keep you in tune for that. Which leaves us to our last, latest and greatest acquisition. And this is, would you say this is almost your favorite machine now?
It is. I love it.
Why do you love it?
Because it's just so cool.
Well, that's good enough for me. We're never going to beat the Singer 201-2 that was Stacy's grandma's, right? You can't. It's never.
No,
we're never going to beat that.
That's my favorite.
Right. It's the prettiest stitch. It's just in gorgeous shape. It's an heirloom from the family, handed down. Never going to beat that. But this is a close second.
Oh yes.
We just got this machine, and we are both just enthralled with it. We have taken the last 3 days and torn it apart and learned all about it and cleaned it all out and oiled it and lubed it up and got it maintained and learned all about it. This is an exciting machine. It's our first FOF. It's our first German machine. All I really know right now is that we need more of this in our lives. I don't know what this is, but we need it a bunch more. I don't know if there's older ones. I think there's a 130 and this is a 230, but other than that, I don't know. I'm sure they make them up through today because it's such a good machine. But let me know in the comments what other FOFs compare to this, because this is incredible. This is absolutely amazing. We love it. It's so cool. It's so powerful. It doesn't even look like a sewing machine. In fact, I would say, based just on how it feels and how it was to work on and how it is to sew with, I would say it doesn't even really is described as so well as a machine and more as a piece of equipment. And it looks like some kind of World War II German artillery piece. It's just mean looking. And like the other one I have, look at this. Raising spool holders. And, I don't know if that's for better reception or, I don't know, but it's Super cool. You don't see that every day. Another very fascinating thing about this is when you open up the lid to the tank here and you open that up, it doesn't look or act like any other sewing machine. You notice I've got a stitch selector in here, which is neat. That means it's got some kind of decorative stitching in it. You wouldn't know that because there's no markings, but does this look pretty to you in here? It's not dirty. It's super clean. No, it's just frighteningly German, I guess. I don't know. It looks like the inside of a weapon. It's just fascinating. Now, we've got all these switches and knobs that have numbers only, and there's not a picture on it. How do you know what it does? I didn't even know before I got it home that it did decorative stitches. I had no idea, because how would I know? It's all encoded in number system. Well, I have the answer for that. We were fortunate enough that this machine came with a whole box of doodads. All the doodads. The cutting doodads and the screwdriver doodads and the snipping doodads and the measuring doodads and a bunch of elastic. And this was just someone's baby that we got the whole thing at the thrift store. It was a super good find. But it came with this decoder ring. Because why not, right? It's got 2 full pages of decorative stitches. They're all like a zigzag stitch. It doesn't like go back and forth and left and right like our Alconecchi over here. These are all like a zigzag variation. But there's a ton of them. So you just move this little dial around, and if you want this stitch, you just go 142, and it's 142, and it tells you what to move and where to move it. And you move it, and boom, magic, it makes that stitch. And there's a ton of them. And if you do variations on the width and the stitch length, you've got like 1,000 variations on a zigzag. So that's pretty cool for 1957. That's pretty neat. I'm really impressed with it. We've absolutely loved playing with this. It's been a game changer. It's truly a collecting piece, more so than most all of the other sewing machines. We've had a lot of fun collecting machines, but this one is different. It's hard to explain why, but when you sew with it, it feels different. It isn't elegant, it isn't smooth, it isn't rough, it isn't anything except super powerful and super accurate and super easy to sew with. It is absolutely a pleasure to use. And it's really powerful and really fast, but not like out of control fast and not out of control scary powerful like it's going to take your fingers off. You just hit the knee lever and it goes. And it's like you're under control the whole time, but it really goes fast. And before you know it, you've done 2 feet of stitches and you haven't even noticed time go by. You just disappear in this weird state of awesomeness. I've never really felt anything like this. It's incredible. So is this a FOF thing? Can you explain to me what goes on with the brain and the FOF? What is this? Is it all FOFs? Did I get lucky? Do I need more? Which ones do I get? Tell me. I'm sure you guys got all the FOF information and I got none of it. So let me know what's going on. All I know is I want more of this. This is great. Super fun. Let me show you the inside real quick before we finish up. You just pop this bad boy off and there's nothing loose. It's just super convenient, super easy, well engineered. Look at the inside of this thing. This looks like the inside of an artillery gun. I don't know. Look at the drive belt. It's a double nylon rope doodad gizmo with steel belted teeth. I don't know. How do you describe that? It seems like mad overkill. Super impressive. And there's 2 of them. It's just scary looking. This all looks very scary. These little fingers look like bayonets. This just looks like a weapon and not a sewing machine. Really, really cool. And the last cool thing about this that is amazing, when I took this apart, inside of this here, you just loosen this and pop this cover off. There's actually a tensioner pulley inside of here, adjustable. I've never seen that on anything besides a vehicle's engine. Do other sewing machines have tension pulleys? That's amazing to me. This whole machine is over-engineered. It's incredible. We never even played with the tension. I don't even know. It's all the way in. We've never even played with it. Once we got it going, we just started playing and sewing all these stitches, and it never failed. It never even hiccuped. It never even cared that it's as old as it is. It never cared that it sat in a thrift shop or got banged around in a truck or whatever. It was absolutely perfect. I've never experienced anything like it. So super fun, super excited. Had a lot of fun getting it. Had a lot of fun fixing it and making it nice. And I can't wait to find another one. I think it's a rare find for a thrift shop, but we'll see. Let me know which ones I need to look out for in the future. So, well, I think that's my story. So, had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming along and following my journey. We just love this. It's just the most entertaining thing we've done in our lives. It's an awesome journey we're on. So, thanks for coming along. So, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And when it comes to sewing machines, you can never have too many. See you next time.